It's easy to get caught up in the grind of map completion, leveling, or just hammering out specific achievements. Any game can pit you against epic dragon fights or whatever, but the open world is really the heart and soul of Guild Wars 2. There's an incredible amount of thought and care poured into smaller events that make Tyria feel alive, and a lot of people will totally skip over or just don't notice. So today, I wanted to put a spotlight on a few events that really made me fall in love with this game. Outside a cave in Harathi hinterlands is a gentle giant named Fen. Fen wants to venture through the cave so he can visit his friends, but being a giant, he's too big. So he asks for help in collecting shrink cap spores so he can make a bomb that will shrink him down to size. You agree to help and begin collecting spores for Fen. It's a pretty typical fetch quest at this stage. After he gets enough, he'll make his bomb and shrink himself down, at which point he'll request your assistance in making it safely through the cave. Being the kind adventurer you are, of course you agree, and together you set off, squishing grubs along the way. And then Fen makes it to his first stop, and you start to realize what he meant when he said he wanted to visit his friends.
Oh, Elise, I'm sorry I wasn't there when the attack came. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
After a bit more adventuring, Fen reaches his destination at the end of the cave, and thanks to your help, he finally gets to visit the rest of his friends.
It's been too long. The world's become a darker place since you've been gone. Too much so to tell. The cave, at least, is still much the same as you remember it. Well, your saplings have gotten a little bigger, I suppose.
Okay, let's look at one a little more lighthearted. Moa Trainer Kappa over in Queensdale needs help rounding up and escorting her Moas over to Beetleton, where she plans on displaying her trained dancing pygmy Moas at the carnival and becoming rich and famous beyond her wildest dreams. In her words, they are very fragile birds, who only know how to dance. So you escort her as quickly as her tiny little Asura legs will take her, fight off some baddies along the way, and eventually arrive in Beetleton. Kappa promises her pygmy Moas will dazzle and delight the carnival owners there, and demos their choreography. Impressed, the carnival attendant asked to buy them.
Moas would make a great attraction. How much?
Name rolls off the tongue.
Sorry,
fills the
they're not
cheeks.
But some things are more valuable than money, as Kappa explains.
They're like my own
Not
children.
too much,
I'll
though,
give you
right?
1,000
Seems like a
gold
nice
for them.
name.
Children have to leave the nest sometime.
Okay,
Deal.
good.
In a lab in the middle of Matrika province, you'll find a couple of Asura discussing experimenting on some of the local Skritt. If you don't know, Skritt are kinda dumb, but they become more intelligent when they're in proximity to other Skritt, and Yerk wants to see what the limit to that intelligence gain is.
Where's your spirit of discovery? Imagine the implications. Accompany me as I collect specimens. Alive, of course.
So they bring along their golem, and they begin rounding up Skritt from a local cave, with your assistance, of course. Some of them need to be persuaded into joining, after all. Thankfully, our golem friend has great bedside manner to keep them calm.
I'm not sure this is such a good idea. Who are you?
I am your friend. I am here to guide you to candy and ice cream. I love how you accessorize with dust. You must tell me your secret. Follow me. Hello, cutie. My name is NL4534. I am your friend. Come with me.
After you successfully, well, let's call a spade, kidnap enough Skritt, the event completes, and Yerk and his companions will return to the lab. If you choose to stick around and follow them, you can watch Yerk and his lab partner question the Skritt to gauge their new heightened collective IQ, which goes about as well as you can expect.
You talk funny. You smell that way, too.
Most interesting. Subject can't even answer the simplest of questions.
Try another question.
IQ test question 372. What is 25 times 63?
One? No, wait. I've got it. 1,575. It's time, gang.
What? How is that possible?
Surprise! Here's how it's gonna be, morons. We're in charge now. Now you get to be our lab monkeys. Dance, monkeys, dance!
We have the upper hand.
And guess what? This segues into another event. Watching this play out organically is what really sold me on the event system when I first started playing. Skritt really do make for some of the best events.
Attack, yes!
If you spent much time in Heart of Thorns, you may have bumped into Dawkkurra in Auric Basin. She can be seen hanging around Sage Volar, an Exalted near Westwatch. After Dawkkurra and her friends help collect supplies to help Volar, he gets the bright idea to wander into the jungle, where he quickly gets mauled by some Saurians. Unaware of Volar's situation, as events progress around the map, Dawkkurra decides to host a feast and begins gathering Saurian eggs.
Little egg left all alone. Don't mind if I do. Oh, Dawkkurra doesn't know how that rolling one got so big.
Along the way, she finds Volar's head and agrees to help put him back together in exchange for his affection.
I need your assistance.
Shiny rod has turned into little rods. I'll help put you back together, my shiny king.
Never mind.
You see, Skritt loves shiny things, and it doesn't get much shinier than it being made of pure, radiant light, so Dawkkurra is understandably enamored by Sage Volar. Dawkkurra quickly pivots to ask her friends to help her put Volar back together in exchange for the feast she's providing to them.
We'll go find the rest of Shiny King.
Of course, nothing goes as planned in Tyria, and all the eggs hatch, creating a huge mess to clean up.
What's happening?
It's hatching.
But minor details. Dawkkurra still manages to convince her friends to help, and you set off once again to find his missing body.
Follow along now. Help find rest of his parts.
It's not too far where you find the gold guzzler responsible for dismantling Sage Volar. Eager for his love, Dawkkurra instructs you to throw rocks at the monster to break its shield and defeat it.
Crush this shovel face with that pile of rocks. Throw rocks. Confuse it. Nothing must stand in way of my love.
Sadly, fate has other plans for Dawkkurra, as Sage Volar only has eyes for his duty.
Cool again, my pretty floaty love.
While I am grateful, I must insist that you fall out of love with me.
You got something? No, mustn't say that. You are mine. All mine.
My purpose is to protect my city.
What?
I can't stay here with you.
Pretty floaty one does not love me? Not fair!
The chain of events following Dawkkurra and Sage Volar in Auric Basin cover a good 45 minutes or so, but there are some smaller hidden gems out there too. So here are a few honorable mentions. Captain Penzan in Blood-Tide Coast has a pretty simple escort event where you'll assist he and his first mate Blackwit to recover their treasure, which is on his ship, which he sank himself.
Where I left you. I think you missed me too much.
The event itself isn't really anything to write home about, but the whole thing is a reference to the play The Pirates of Penzance, which I assume will ring a bell for theater nerds. So follow them along, kill some bads, get the treasure, and the event completes. But Guild Wars 2 loves a post-credits gag, so follow Captain Penzan back to his hideout, and you'll be treated to his rendition of the Modern Major General song.
Lion's Arch could never live like this. I am the very model of a modern pirate general. I've information magical, mathematical, and mineral. I know the queens of Krita and can cite matters historical. From bloodstones to the dragon spawn in order categorical. In fact,
In Thunderhead Peaks, Segei is a lone dredge, perched atop a high outpost where he's picking off various branded minions with his rifle. He hosts an adventure, but the actual flavor comes from the melancholy remarks he delivers while doing his thankless job.
Segei, you're good with a rifle, they said. Sleep well, Nadia. Just trying to make you proud, Mom. I was gonna break up with you anyway, Oleg.
I guess he does have a sense of humor about it, at least.
Vladov, you I could take or leave.
Finally, this isn't really an event at all, but I feel like it fits in here anyway, and I think you'll see why. Pick up 2 mini brown Springer kits with some Black Lion statuettes, along with a hair totem and a heart-shaped cookie, and drop them all into the Mystic Toilet, and you'll receive one of the most wholesome minis in the game, Mini Springer Ramona. Ramona was put into the game by Chelsea Mills for her sister Chloe, whose pet bunny Ramona passed away. And that heart-shaped cookie is part of the recipe because the real-life Ramona loved heart-shaped bunny treats. She is one of the only miniatures in the game with flavor text below their health bar, which reads, "The sweetest pet anyone could ever have. She will be with you always." So how was that for a feels trip? More importantly, I'd love to hear about your favorite events in Guild Wars 2, so let me know about them down in the comments. We're at the end of the video now, and doesn't that subscribe button look good? Just saying. Thanks for watching.